Hi, this is the demonstration video for a Sony CD player and recorder unit, model RDC-W500C. I'm going to have this listed for sale on eBay and likely on Facebook soon. So just want to demonstrate that the unit's working and go over some of the basic functions. So I'm going to start around the back here, and there's the serial number just for reference. Just got a power cord on this end, and on this end we've got the digital optical input and output, and we have an analog input and output on the RCA jacks. That's about it. So it's pretty straightforward. This unit's in pretty good shape, and it's got some scratches on the top, whatnot, but otherwise cosmetically it's not too bad, and it is functioning. And I did put some new belts in it, so it's I guess you could say has a new life. And we'll go over some of the basic features. So this side, this deck A, can handle 5 CDs. There's 5 trays in there. And this deck is just for playback. And this deck is deck B. There's just a single disc accommodation here. And this will play and record. So you can record from disc to disc here. I think there are some software restrictions where you might not be able to record more than 1 copy, but I'm not sure. You have to read the manual for this unit to get all the details on that. So there's also a remote control for this unit, but I do not have it. So a lot of the things you can access and control from the front panel, so it's not ultra critical to have that, the remote control. But it probably doesn't, I don't know that all the features are available through the front panel. So just buyer beware on that. You want to understand the functions of the remote if it's necessary for your needs by reading the manual before you purchase. So I'm just going to go over some of the buttons here. From left, of course, you got your power, and you got your level control for your headphones, play, pause, stop for your deck A. And these are all of the access buttons for the 5 discs. So there's a eject, and then this is like your selection button here to pick which CD you want to listen to. And then there's some time and playback mode buttons here, along with this AMS. This you use to select what track you want to listen to and that sort of thing. And then you've got this synchro feature here. You can basically pick if it's normal speed recording between the two or high speed. If you're, say, recording with disc to disc digitally, you can do high speed, I believe, but that is something you'll want to confirm in the manual. I haven't tested all that out because there's just too many features to go through. And then we got the deck B, and of course the AMS, your search track control here. And then this is how you access the menu system and different features like the record levels and that sort of thing for the digital recording. you'd select it through this, and then there's a yes, selection and that sort of thing to get in from the menus. And then there's just some display time and play mode buttons there. And then over here you've got these these are a lot of record features. For instance, this is your input selection here, so you can select whether recording digitally from say this disc, or if you're recording from the optical connections in the back, or if you're recording from the analog connections in the back. That's where you'll select them through here. Then there's your finalize button. So once you record something here, if you want to be able to play that recording on any CD player, you have to finalize your disc before you are able to do that. Otherwise, you can only play back here. So if you make your recording, you can always play it back here, but to take it out here, put it in a different CD player and play it, you'll have to do the finalize, and that kind of sets up the table of contents and everything, so it's more of a universal experience that way. And of course you get your record, play, pause and stop, and then this record level over here is for your analog input adjustment. So if you're playing through the RCA jacks in the back, the analog jacks, then you can record, set your record level with this adjustment here. Okay, so I'm just going to load the discs in and talk through a couple things. One thing that's important to note, that to record, you need to make sure you're using the right media, and this Sony CDR audio is compatible with this unit to record music on. If you just get a CD recordable that doesn't have audio, or for music specifically, you won't be able to record on this. It'll give you an error, I think a disk error, or it just won't work. So just keep that in mind. You need to be able to have some of these to record on if you want to use it as a recorder. And then we'll go through here and then get all these discs put in so you can see that this is all functioning. Okay. Okay, so we're fully loaded. So now the disc I put in here, I have 3 tracks recorded on it already, but it's not a finalized disc, so I can still add to it. So I'm just going to show you. First of all, I'm going to play some here, and we're just going to skip through. I'm just going to show you that things play fine. I can't play too much because I'll get copyright strikes. But if I turn up the volume here and I turn this, so you can see it goes to the next track just fine, no problem, back and forth. So that's all working good. Now I'm going to go to disc 1, let's switch over to that, let the mechanics do their thing. Now it's reading the table of contents, and I hit play. Just got some classical music on this one. So this is working fine. So yeah, I just wanted to demonstrate that you know, the mechanics are working. It's switching between discs, switching between songs, and all that stuff. So the next thing I want to show you is that this unit does record. So currently, over on this deck, I'm going to just show you I have 3 tracks on here so far. And this has some classical music. It goes into the next. Sorry about that. And this is just some piano. So yeah, so I've got three tracks on here, and I'm just going to record another track just to show you the recording function is working. As you can see, if I'm turning this to the right, it only goes to 3. So there's only 3 tracks on here. We're going to record a 4th track. So I'm going to hit stop. And the input, currently I have set to analog, but I'm going to instead just record from this first CD here, this disc 1. So in order to do that, I'm going to hit record. Okay. And it's getting set up to record here. And it should say, I believe, new track. Yeah, new track. So it's ready to record. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit play, and that will start the record process. See, it says now it's on track 4. And I'm going to hit the play over here. And now it's playing. At least I think, maybe not. Oh, I think I need to switch to, okay. Yeah, it won't play because I'm on the wrong input. I'm on analog. So I'm going to change the input here. No big deal. I'm going to press input. And now it's showing digital here. So it's going to play from here. Once I hit play. And it says new track. Oh, I must have canceled the recording. Okay, that's all right. I'm going to hit record again. Or actually, hit play, sorry. Okay, now we're finally getting a new track. Okay, so this now it's skipped to the next track to record. So it's recording this classical music here. I can't play too much, but so I'll let that record for just a little bit. And then I will hit stop. Now it's writing to some data to the disk, and I'll hit play here. Okay. Yeah, that track 4 didn't have anything, so we're just going to go to track 5 here. There we go. So it's there. So it's playing just fine. So the recording function's working. Now, if I take this disc out and put it in this side, it will not play because I haven't finalized it yet. So I'll show you that real quick. one. There we go. And we're just going to put it over here. And now disc 1, I'm going to try and play it. It will not work. See, it doesn't do anything. It says it's reading, but it's not going to be able to play this disc. It's not finalized. And that's fine, that's normal. There's nothing wrong. So I'm just going to move that CD back over to the record side. These machines are not the quickest in response times all the time. And then I'm going to go into here and I'm going to finalize this disc. So I'm going to say once it's done reading. So I'm going to hit finalize. Oh boy. I'm going to stop that. Must be playing from over here. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to finalize this disc by hitting finalize, and it says asking finalize. I'm going to say yes. And now it is working on the finalizing process. And it does take a little time to do it, so it's 59 seconds counting down here. Once this is done, I'll pull this out, put it back into this deck A and show you that it is functioning and playing. And it does take a little time. So yeah, I've had one of these before, and they're nice units if you need to create CDs. For archiving, or you've got your own band or something you want to produce CDs on, you can do it with this. And I think the remote control is nice to have, but I don't know that it's necessary for all the functions or not. I do know you can do quite a bit without having the remote, so you should be okay with most items. Okay, so this is done. Now if I hit play, it should play. And we're going to go to it's playing. Sorry, I prematurely ended the video. Let's see. I'm going to pull this disc out. This is the one I recorded from. And I'm going to just show you that the playback works in a standard CD player here. And we'll hit play. And go to track 3. So yeah, this is working. And so yeah, I just wanted to show that when it's recorded over here and finalized, then it will play over here. So it is working fine. Thanks again for watching.